Enzo Fernandez to Chelsea is a done deal. It's confirmed. I'm going to repeat it one more time for the ones at the back. Enzo Fernandez to Chelsea, 120 million euros. Confirmed deal. Todd Bowley, you have given me the best birthday present anyone can ask for. On my birthday, I'm recording a video to give you guys the full details behind Enzo Fernandez's deal. The deadline day was gone to the last minute. This reminds me of Torres joining Chelsea and David Luiz on the same day on transfer deadline day. That was the best birthday present ever, and now Chelsea have given me another one. Thank you very much, Iqbali and Todd. Welcome to the Kavkas View. Before we get started, I think we need to go through the running order of this show, because we've got three stories that are absolutely amazing, absolutely mesmerizing, and absolutely insightful. Number one, what happened with Enzo Fernandez? How did this deal take a month to conclude? It's a big deal. Number two, Hakim Ziyech's deal. Is it broken down? Did it happen? It's in limbo. I'm going to explain to you what happens on deadline day and how these transfers have to get processed and why the French league must have messed it up for Hakim Ziyech joining PSG, because the deal was done. And finally, we say goodbye to the beloved Jorginho. We say goodbye to our papito at the register role. We say goodbye to our smiling beacon of hope. When everything goes against us, Jorginho used to step up, receive the ball. No matter whether he did good or bad, he was a leader, he was controlling, and more important, he was accountable. He never hid from the agenda, he never hid from the responsibility, but he's joined Arsenal, and we're going to talk about that. Let's get on. I know you guys are appreciating this video so far because you made it this far, so I need you guys as a birthday gift from me. I want to aim for 2,000 likes. Yes, it's a big target, so please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and finally, follow me on Instagram just to keep up to date with myself. And more importantly, if you have any football related questions, hit me up in the DM. Send me the articles about any football stories that are going on. In the pinned comment is my Instagram. Go do that now, but let's get into it. So Enzo Fernandez is officially a Chelsea player. There is nothing to worry about. The paperwork's been done, he's been registered. And what happened on this final day? Well, it was a topsy-turvy event, right? I didn't know whether to make a video. I was busy at work. There was so much information. Deal was on, deal was off, deal was on, deal was off, deal was on, deal was off. Literally consistently happening like that. It was like a revolving door. We didn't understand. The exploits in the UK were saying the deal was. Portuguese exploits were saying, nah, it's not on. This deal's not happening. Rui Costa's not budging. What do we know? We know that there was a flight arranged to bring Enzo to the UK, and the flight kept on getting pushed back. We don't know whether this flight was meant to bring him to the UK or not, but it never happened. He ended up doing his medical in Lisboa, in Hospital of the Luís, so in Lisbon. But Chelsea were there negotiating with Rui Costa, and they were literally pushing this deal through. It started with Chelsea offering an amount of money. We don't know how much to be exact, and Benfica are not happy with the payment structure. So they were insisting on 2 payments. Literally, you give us a large bulk now and we'll compromise with 2 additional payments, and that's it. Chelsea said no, they need to stretch it out for financial fair play. This went on as the day went on, and it got to the point where it looked like the deal wasn't gonna happen. It was around 6 to 7 o'clock, and Fabrizio Romano was saying, look, I don't wanna get anyone's hopes up, but this deal is at literally tipping point. It's either gonna happen or it's not. There is it's a toss of a coin. He couldn't decide. And as time went on, I'm guessing that closer we got to the deadline, Chelsea and Benfica have reached an agreement, and the agreement was reached around about 10:20 at night time. Can you imagine? The deadline's at 11, and that's when they reached it. And when you think about it, this is mad, because Chelsea officially paid 120 million euros, 25% will go to River Plate as a sell-on fee. River Plate just got a huge chunk of money, and Benfica get a lovely sum now. So how did this deal finally get broken into pieces? Number one, Benfica get £40 million now. The remainder of the £65 million will be cut up and split across 6 payments. This is gonna be in 6 payments to Enzo Fernandez, to Benfica, and to River Plate, because Enzo's agent owns shares in the player, as we know. This deal was concluded. Enzo's coming in on like 120k a week, by the way, so he's getting a great pay rise. He's gonna become Chelsea's new player. The social media team hasn't announced it because it happened around about 11 at night. So what were they gonna announce? Like, it doesn't make sense. But Fabrizio Romano confirmed it. There's a document from Benfica saying that the deal has gone through. In Portugal, it is a legal requirement that the clubs publicize how much money is changed over. And yes, guys, Enzo Fernandez is officially a Chelsea player. You can smile, you can enjoy yourselves, and this deal took forever, but I'm not lying to you, it's as sweet as it Story number 2 is not as nice as we would want it to be, because you know what? I feel sorry for Hakim Ziyech at this moment in time. Hakim Ziyech joined Chelsea with the assumption that Frank Lampard was going to be the manager. Frank was going to build a team around him using his attributes and using his individualism to be a decisive factor. However, it didn't really work out. Frank got sacked, Tuchel came in, Ziyech was in and out the team, getting injured consistently, and now it's got to the point where he's about to leave and he gets a move to the one and only PSG. He rejected Leipzig, he rejected Milan, and he rejected Dortmund apparently to go to PSG. The move is agreed, no option to buy, but it was a loan, and guess what happens? The deal goes through at the very end, and you need to understand how transfers work before you understand why this went wrong. So they have a website, right, where numbers have to get populated. Basically, lawyers from Chelsea side, lawyers from PSG side have to put the contracts in, populate this website with the relevant questions. Then the other teams, Chelsea's team will review PSG's documents. PSG will review Chelsea's documents. They'll agree, they'll say, okay, done. You push a green button, hypothetically, and it's done. The deal's sealed. That was concluded. Once that's on the system, that needs to be done by 11 o'clock at night. Apparently, it was done. Then it's up to the leagues. So then it's up to wherever the player is going, that league to register the player, to finally approve the signing. The French website, the French portal messed up. It broke down. It crashed. There was too much business going on apparently, and it got to the point where it crashed, and PSG are fuming, Chelsea are fuming, the players' camp is rightfully fuming, and we don't know whether FIFA's gonna allow an almost exemption for the player to move, because it's not Chelsea's fault, it's not PSG's fault, this is what's being reported. It's the league's fault. They messed up and it's the portal's fault. Like, technology breaks all the time. It's understandable, it's annoying, but it's a way of life. So we need to actively think about what is going on here. And personally, I don't know who to blame because I'm a bit lost. Like, I feel sorry for Ziyech in all of this because essentially he's going to be here for another 6 months, maybe not even being used with all this talent that's come in. But we will see, and we will have updates on this story as it goes along, because at this moment in time, this is all we know. It's in limbo. If FIFA allow this move to go through, it'll go. And finally, this is the biggest one of all. Jorginho has left Chelsea for us. And I want to say thank you very much for everything, Jorginho. I love Jorginho since the day he joined us under Sarri. I was a big Sarri fan. I loved the way we played football. I loved the transition from defensive football to controlled football, and Jorginho was a catalyst in making that happen. Jorginho won a Champions League, won a Europa League, he won a Super Cup and a Club World Cup, and finished 3rd in the Ballon d'Or runnings for Chelsea. Like, that is something that is cult hero worthy. It's something that doesn't come often, and someone that we will respect for years to come. Jorginho was polarizing. Jorginho was a player that certain man hated, certain man adored, to the point where they will defend him to the zenith of their ability. And it was evident, right? It was evident by the reaction he got when this move got announced. What happened? Why did Jorginho leave? Well, Gallagher was meant to be the one to leave, essentially, for £45 million. Gallagher refused to go to Everton, which is within his right. I fully accept it. You don't want to go somewhere, you can't make someone move from London to Liverpool and relocate his family. That's perfectly acceptable. He has a contract, he's allowed to do that. I've got no qualms. But Jorginho stepped up and had an offer from us. Jorginho is a free agent in 6 months, Pete. We were going to lose him for free because Chelsea weren't giving him a new deal. So Jorginho got a new contract of 1.5 years plus an option for a 2nd year. So basically 2.5 years. This is a good deal for Jorginho. Chelsea got £12 million for a player with 6 months left on his deal at the age of 31. Jorginho is going to go there, potentially win a league title. The only problem now I have is I can't cheer Jorginho on. Anywhere else in Europe he went, I would be cheering him on. Now he's at Arsenal, I can't be cheering him on. I'm sorry. I want them to bottle this title, and I want them to bottle it. Hopefully not because of him, but hopefully because of some other players. But if he makes them bottle it, I'm very happy. But otherwise, I wish Jorginho the very best in his career. The club has ended on fantastic terms with him to the point where they want him to come back one day in a coaching manner. And apparently, he was such a good spirit behind the box. You could even see, if you go and read the statement the club revealed about him, it's "thank you for everything, Georgie." It's the words they used to describe this player's success and achievements at the club. It touches you here, man. It touches you in your corazón, in your serca, in your heart. That's 3 languages that just threw some vibes at you guys about the heart. You need to understand, right? It's important that we respect players that have done well. And we don't concentrate on people's failures, but we concentrate on their successes. And for me, Jorginho was an adamant. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, appreciate what Jorginho has done for us, because not many players have done that for us. And I'll talk to you guys later. And remember, Enzo Fernandez is a Chelsea player, and no one can take that away from us. Get in there.